For noble Romans, politics and military career was the main thing in life. Stepping on this path of return for them, there was no return. Ambition was in the blood. Caesar, even in his youth, showed himself as a capable orator, politician, and military leader. His struggle with opponents was fierce and turbulent. There were military successes in Asia and Spain, prestigious government positions, the organization of lavish spectacles for the plebs, the conclusion of alliances with similarly ambitious politicians, bribing supporters, and much more. The Senate was jealous of the successes of individuals, rightly believing that they were a threat to its power. As an able pupil of Cornelius Sulla, Gaius Julius felt his power after the conquest of Gaul. His main support became his loyal legions, who saw him as a patron, financial benefactor, in short, emperor. At that time, this word meant only a victorious commander. The Senate, not without reason, saw him as a danger, ordered him to surrender his powers and report, otherwise threatened to declare an enemy of the people. Not without some hesitation, Caesar said, "Alea iacta est," the lot is cast, and with his soldiers crossed the Rubicon River in northern Italy. A civil war broke out, with Gnaeus Pompey the Great on the side of the Senate, also a famous commander who subdued the Mediterranean pirates, a supporter of the Optimates. The decisive battle took place at Phaselis in Greece in 48 BC. Pompey fled to Egypt, where he was treacherously assassinated. After suppressing weaker opponents, relying on an army and numerous supporters, Caesar became, following the example of Sulla, dictator for life. Only whereas Sulla resigned after 4 years of rule, Gaius Julius had no intention of doing so. Moreover, in his hands he concentrated virtually unlimited power. The supreme pontiff, religious, consul, executive, and the people's tribune, the right to veto any laws of the Senate. This was a prototype of the power of the princeps in imperial Rome. If Cornelius Sulla was the grandfather of the Roman Empire, Gaius Julius became its father. With such a development of events was a lot of dissenters. From the word king, good-hearted Romans fairly nauseated. Therefore, on March 15th, Ides of March, 44 BC, a successful assassination attempt took place. Jackals, senators, and traitors inflicted more than 20 wounds with daggers on him, from which Caesar died. It has been written that he knew of the plot, but whether out of arrogance or fatalism, he did not take precautions. Apparently, he was an atheist. His religious duties were treated formally, and his superstitions were treated derisively. Paradoxically, but condemning Caesar after his death, his worst enemies, senators and horsemen, left in force his decrees on their appointments and did not return the gifts made by him. However, there was no other way for Rome. Now only this form of government, proposed by Gaius Julius Caesar, could be viable. With compromises, a series of mistakes, kinks, and occasional successes, the empire survived for another 5 centuries.